What up, dude? And welcome to Lunchtime Detroit Lions Talk, brought to you by Detroit Lions on the Prowl and Lions Nation Unite. Man, it's free agency wrap day 2 edition right here on the show. Go ahead and make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video, and be a part of the Prowl Nation family. Today is Wednesday, Hump Day, baby, March 15th, 2022. On deck for today's show. Like I told you, man, we're going to recap what the Lions did on day 2 of the legal negotiation period, because they don't allow tampering, man. You know, you get fined for that. But before we get into all that, man, it's time to bring in the rest of the crew. Man, y'all know who it is, man. It's the boxing pride of Jackson, Michigan, man. He got like 8 jobs, man. He cut grass, he changed oils, he boxes, man. He cooks up some food, man. He does everything. He'll sell you a shirt, he'll give you a fade, and he'll run your fade. It's my man. Who?
It's the Wolverine coach, Mike Jones. What's going on, Lion fans?
Yeah, y'all know who it is. It's Yaktown. Don't back down. El Guapo from Pontiac, Michigan, man. Your auntie's favorite player. LL Cool Tones. What's going on, my guy?
Again, shout out to Sean Preston for the Yaktown Don't Back Down. What's happening, yo?
Hey, let's get this thing started
Right now.
Let's go.
It's Detroit Lions talk, baby.
Welcome to Detroit. All right, welcome back to the show, people, man. Day 2 started yesterday, man. Woo. Brad Holmes on that ish right now, man. Won't you? I mean, the day kicked off yesterday, and it was the signing that most people wanted. It was the commish returning to Detroit on a $2 2-year, $8.5 million deal with $1 million of obtainable incentives, and with $4 million being fully guaranteed. I like the fact that the Kaminsky's coming back to Detroit. He had a good season last year, 2022 career highs in sacks. He led the team with quarterback pressures and second in the team with quarterback hits with 12. People can play defensive end, defensive tackle. The big fella causes havoc in that Lions NASCAR package. I'm liking bringing John Kaminsky back to the fold, man. What do you guys think about the commish coming back to Detroit?
It was necessary. The energy on the D line, man, is crucial. You messing with that chemistry, man. That right there toward the end of the season, we seen the defense coming together, and it was starting to work. And hey, moving forward, man, we got Kaminsky, we got Bugs. We finna, you know what I'm saying? We finna lock it down.
What you got, LL?
Important signing, you know. He fit well. We probably going to draft a guy that eventually replace him if he's not already on the roster, and Josh Pascal. But, you know, he's going to be there to, you know, eventually help him along. But it's big because he can still play football. He played real good with our defense last year.
Yeah, and I think for me, that signals the end of the road for one, Mr. Levi Onwuzurike. That's just a little nugget for me. I don't know. I'm just saying, man. Hey, we got the big offensive lineman, and I think this one guy that LL talks about a lot, man, as far as what he brings to the Lions run game. What you got on Matt Nelson, LL?
Yeah, he came on back. I'm not aware of his deal, but I did see that we re-signed him. That's big. It was a number. I don't know the percentage, but it wasn't really that high, but we used the most 6-man lines in the NFL last year. So if he's our 6th offensive lineman and we use him the most, that's big as hell. So welcome back, Matt Nelson. You know, remember that there was once a point in time when, well, at least people like me, I can't speak for y'all, but I hated Matt Nelson. Like I would have probably choked Matt Nelson if I seen him in the street, but not no more. So
yeah. I'm not messing with you, man. It was a little bit of a surprise because they didn't tender his restricted free agent offer, but that means most likely they got him for a lesser number than what the tender was. Good extra offensive lineman, like LL said, or tight end in that run game when they do that overload package. I think it's a solid re-signing by Brad Holmes. What you got, Coach Jones?
Yeah, actually I wasn't a big fan of Matt Nelson like LL wasn't when he first bust on the scene. You know, I was like, if they don't get this boy up out of here. But they worked him in. They found what he does best, and you know, and it works, man. And he works. So whatever works, the Lions is trying to roll with it, man. And I'm just glad, man, that not too much is gonna change until you know you get to the one thing.
Yeah. With Matt Nelson, I think it's kind of that same thing I saw with Alexander Loney. He had to learn how to play that position because remember he was a converted defensive tackle, so he had to kind of learn how to play on the offensive line. I think once he kind of gelled and he found his niche, especially in that run game, kind of picked up. So yeah, welcome back, Matt Nelson. All right, here we go.
Come on, man.
This that bullshit right here. Go ahead and talk about your play cousin, Coach Jones. Go ahead, man. I'm gonna let you have at it.
listen, man. First and foremost, Will Harris is one of the most versatile defensive backs on the roster. With that being said, he does have his shortcomings. But I think the thing that makes up for his shortcomings is IQ. I think his IQ makes up for it. He found a little home at the cornerback position. I think they want him to stay far away from safety. And yeah, but he played himself on the roster. When you can be a contributor to the defense, you know, hey, you got to keep him, man. You got to keep him. He's not gonna be a focal point or nothing like that, man. But he's a piece that you can put in spots, man. And you know, you need those guys at the end of the day. It's like you know, he's kind of had that Tahir Whitehead effect where he's a good weak linebacker, but then you throw him at the mic and he just ain't good. You just can't put everybody everywhere, and sometimes you just got to find a spot.
For this guy, I didn't think he would be back, but he come back on a 1-year deal. Now I will say this: to his credit, he did play better at cornerback than he did at safety, and that's probably the nicest thing I'll ever say about Will Harris. Maybe he can find a role on special teams. But we have a lot of secondary pieces coming in. It's gonna be interesting to see where people are starting to line up. And hopefully this may be the transition of one player that I want to go to safety this year. You got a lot of cornerbacks coming in. You got 2 coming. I think they're gonna draft another one. So I think one cornerback may be a transition to the safety, and he might take a role of a Deshaun Elliott that may not be back. So we'll see. Yeah.
Then they got Chase Lucas too, man. You know, Chase Lucas.
It's a lot of young cornerbacks for the Lions. What you got on Will Harris coming back, LL?
I'm glad for him and Coach Mike, and that's about it.
They continue they weekly dominoes games together, so that's fun.
This is a bit, I don't want to say perplexing. I mean, maybe it's a fit thing, probably, you know, or he's going to be a competition participant, you know, because they probably going to draft it. Well, I think they still going to draft another guy, maybe even 2, or you know, so but what they're trying to do is just vastly improve the defensive back room as a whole. So, you know. So either he gonna sink or swim. So let's get it, Uncle Willie, if you got it.
Yeah, man.
Look, LL, I'm tired of using them big ass words. Listen here, you putting the yak. I don't want to hear no more for sequences. I don't want to hear no more for plexes. I want to hear no more of that.
Man, let that man have a vocabulary, bro. Yeah, okay.
I didn't even know what I had said at first.
Man, okay. Now, the first big surprise signing happened pretty early in the day, man. Former 49ers cornerback Emmanuel Mosley is going to be joining the Detroit Lions secondary. Here's an interesting fact. He's the former college team at Tennessee of another new Detroit Lions cornerback, Cam Sutton. He's physical. He's aggressive. They kind of play the same. He was going to be one of those guys. If he didn't get injured last year, he was going to get a big payday out there in San Francisco. But he tore his ACL in Game 5, so he missed 12 games. Speaking of that injury, his former GM out there in San Francisco said that John Lynch said that his ACL tear was clean. So that sped up his recovery, and he was hoping to re-sign him. But if you look at some of those big deals that San Francisco did out there, kind of priced them out of the market. For a Mosley, you look at it with the Hargrave they got out there, man, they paid him some big dollars. So that's probably going to price them out of the Mosley market. But I'm liking this. You know what I'm saying? They say he's going to be ready most likely for the start of the season because of how that tear was clean and it sped up his recovery efforts because they hope to re-sign him out there in San Francisco. But c'est la vie. He's in the Motor City, baby. And him and Sutton's games are pretty similar. So you get some smart, aggressive, physical corners. I'm liking that in Detroit, man. What you guys got on these guys? On Mosley.
AG cheesing right now. That boy's so happy. Because you get guy like Cam Sutton who can do basically what Aaron Glenn did. Now you get his boy Mosley, and man, I'm happy that the back end of our defense is not going to be an issue. Hopefully, it's not going to be an issue. We got smart players, we got hard players, we got people who know the game, and they have good reactions to situations. They got good instincts, and I'm just happy that we're not going to get taken advantage of like we did last year on the back end. Now, it's the NFL. It's a passing league, so people going to make their plays. Receivers going to get their numbers. But it's not going to be like every time the ball in the air, you're like, oh, no. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just happy, man, that we're addressing what need to be addressed. And it's leaving that number 6 pick wide open for any possibilities.
Yeah, that's very true. What you know of what you gonna talk about the new member of the Seatbelt Gang, LL?
I wasn't that familiar with him, but from what I read, he's a pretty decent player. Again, it's all about upgrading the defensive back room as a whole. That's what this is about. Probably spells the not return of Mike Hughes, but whatever. If he can stay healthy and make the roster, if not, he'd be gone. We not paying. The deal is not for that much money. So,
Yeah, 1 year, $6 million. You know what I'm saying? So I feel what you're saying.
Yeah, he gonna contribute though with that number though, because he could have signed for 1 year, $2 million, but he signed 1 year, $6 million, so they got some plans for him.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, now to close out the signings yesterday, man, it was some what eyes last night, man. I woke up there probably about 10, 15 to 20. And Lions fans were a bit upset last night when the Jamal Williams era was. I think it dispels his era is going to be over in Detroit. The Lions agreed to terms with former Bears running back David Montgomery. And here's my thoughts, man. Once the Lions fans get out of their feelings, man, they're going to realize that Montgomery is a younger, cheaper, and better running back than Williams, man. I like Swaggy leadership. I like who he is. Good dude, man, but it's a business, man, and David Montgomery is a better running back than Jamal Williams, man. It is what it is. I mean, you look at he's at one cut down here runner. He's faster than Williams. He's just as powerful, you know what I'm saying, down here runner as Williams. You know what I'm saying? He get down in the goal line. He's younger. He'll be 20. He's 25 right now. He'll be 26 in June. And if Swift can stay healthy, sweet Jesus, man, that running game gonna be lethal. In Detroit, man, sweet Christmas. It's gonna be something terrible. I have to say, I like this signing for 2 reasons, man. Well, no, I like this signing because he's younger, he's cheaper, and he's gonna be one of those guys that he can be a key contributor in our run game. Because that's to be honest with you, man, you have to pay attention to it. That's an upgrade in our run game, right? I mean, it is. Man, what you guys think about Montgomery coming to Detroit?
I was trying to look at his longest run against this season against Swaggy's longest run, but I think Swaggy's longest run longer than that. He had
his longest run this year was 51 yards, the touchdown. That was for Swaggy, right? Something like that.
Yeah, and then but just per ESPN looking on this here, it says his longest is 28 yards. So I don't know if that's accurate or not. So I'm not gonna use that stat, but yeah, that's. Initially, I'm like, man, what is going on? Like I said, what the fuck? Like out loud, like, man, what the hell? Hey, man, nobody want him. I'm like, man, I'm thinking about it because I was thinking about it because I hate the Bears. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck the Bears, not necessarily fuck him.
Mm-hmm.
But after I sat and thought about it, like, dang, wait a minute, because I thought, like, dang, do he really be hurt? Like, he ain't been hurt in a minute. You know what I'm saying? So I started to think, like, he usually played pretty decent against, the Lions. Everybody do, but he usually, I don't want to say a Lions killer, but a Lions
Thorn
choker,
in
maybe.
our side.
Yeah, just throwing in our side. That's a good one. So I was like, well, but after basically, I was pissed at first, but after I had the time to actually look at it, like you said, it's exactly what you said, Curt. He's a younger, cheaper, better version of Swaggy.
Mm-hmm.
I was wrong as hell. I thought that we would probably overpay for Swaggy, rather be necessary or not because of what he probably means to the team. But fuck all that, I guess.
Yeah. Some people said that maybe you look at him and he maybe would have priced himself out of Detroit because he wanted that contract because he had a career year last year, breaking Barry Sanders singles and touchdown record, and it's quite possible that he could have priced himself out of Detroit.
I watched the LNU replay of the live yesterday, like some of it. I caught Herm on there. If y'all want to go back and check that, what he said is perfect. Like, like he described the situation perfectly, just everything to a T. Like even down to like, you did lead the league in touchdowns, but you got to understand what your part was in those touchdowns. Like it wasn't, necessarily all you. That was a team effort for the most part. But my apologies for stepping in front of you, Coach Mike.
Go ahead, you good. You good. Get it out. Get it out. You know what? First of all, I gotta make a big apology to Doug Prince 72. He gonna be mad at work today. Oh my Lord. Because he came here because he was like, man, I hope they sign Jamal. He was one of them like, man, they need to get the deal done. And when you think about it, man, just speaking on behalf of Jamal Williams, man, Jamal Williams is trying to cash in. This is his only shot at his biggest payday. He's trying to cash in. He got Super Bowl perennial teams that want to sign him, like the Bills and Bengals. Mm-hmm. So why would you take a deal, similar deal with the Lions when you can get the similar deal from the Bills and y'all probably Super Bowl front runners, with the Chiefs in the league. Or with the Bengals, you with the Bengals, you know what I'm saying? So the only thing I don't want to see is I don't want to see us flip-flop. I don't want to see him on the Bears because they got money to throw around.
That'd be
I don't
funny.
want to see him on the Bears. Also, they got the Panthers. The Panthers might go down to Carolina because Deuce Staley down there, man, him and Deuce, they formed a good relationship. So
the Deuce is loose.
So yeah, man, I'm kind of like, dang, we messed out, but at the same time, Montgomery, you gotta trust his character. You gotta trust Brad Holmes. Brad Holmes knows the type of player that he's bringing in. Brad Holmes ain't bringing in a dude where he just signed him and the dude just checked his phone like, what? I got traded. Like Brad Holmes talked to, you know what I'm saying? Brad Holmes talked to Montgomery, know what type of guy he is, know what type of fit in the locker room he is, and brought him in. And that's that, man. And we're gonna be a better team because of this. So
yeah, You look at and that stat was correct. Looking at Pro Football Reference, LL, the longest run was 28 yards this year for David Montgomery. Let's look at one quick stat before we move on. All right, I'm going to go through the numbers per year for Jamal Williams as far as rushing yards. 2017, 556 yards. 2018, 464. 2019, 460. 2020, 505. 2021, 601. And then this year it's 1,066 yards. If I go over to the young fella, and look at his numbers, David Montgomery, been in the league, 2019, 889, 2020, 1070, 2021, 849, and this year, 801. I mean, you look at those numbers, and I'm like, of course he has, because he's played a bigger role in the running game than Jamal Williams has. So you look at that, he's been a starter in Chicago, so he's gonna have better numbers. And I'm not saying that it's a total, but I think about it. He's younger, he's cheaper, and I think he's going to be a better player in Detroit than Williams was. I like Williams, man. It doesn't take away from his locker room presence and what he did for a leader on this team. But hey, if you get greener pastures somewhere else, but I'm saying, hey, sometimes the grass ain't green on the other side. But that's our recap of what the Lions did, man. Answer the family discussion topic for today is you like what the Lions did in the legal negotiation period on day 2. So drop it down in the comment section of the video, man. Now it's time to take a quick thing. It's quick today, man. We're gonna go ahead and get on over to my favorite segment of the show. It's time for the comment cards, baby. All right, first up, we got V Rail in the building. Says nothing. He wouldn't give up nothing for and this is the family discussion topic from Monday's show. What would you give up for Aaron Donald? He said nothing. We straight draft either Jalen Carter or Kalaj Cansey, or both pick with 6 and 18 and get a corner in the second round. Can we imagine Jalen Carter, Cansey, Bugs, Kaminsky, and Aleem McNeil along with Hutch in Houston? Oh my God, man, that would be a crazy ass defensive line.
I don't want to be disrespectful, but I don't want Cansey. Like, he just a tad small. He just a tad too little.
Say the same thing about Aaron Donald, though.
No.
That's Aaron Donald, though. I don't want.
And that's what I'm saying. The tape is different. The player is different. Everything is different. That is not the same.
I understand. I feel what you're saying.
Wally Ravula says, if Carter and or Bijan are available for the Lions picks, grab them. Carter at 6, Bijan at 18. Probably not no more Bijan. Yeah. Or I don't know. I feel like we probably will still draft a running back, and it'll be a different type because, different type of back, and it'll probably be, at least in my mind, probably like a speedier type of dude. Like I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but I think it's A-Chain or A-Kane out of Texas A&M, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Or my man who I was talking about at the Senior Bowl, Tajay Spears, somebody who, like a different kind of back than what we got already. Thanks for the comment.
It's a nice Carlos Martin. What's going on? It says a nice thought, but we are not getting Aaron Donald. We not, and I don't want Cansey either, man. I just don't want us to go and reach up and think we get Sauce Gardner and get Jeff Okuda. That's all I'm saying.
Damn, son. Okay. All right.
In high school, he was the man, son.
Yeah.
Happened to
you. All right. Brian Westcott says nothing because he is already talking about retirement. Okay.
Forever C.
Yep. Oh, Forever C.
Yeah. What up though? Boy, damn, that's his comment. He said, "What up though? Happy 313." Blade said, "What up?" Or happy 313 day. Sorry, Blade said, "What up?" Yeah, I forget a lot of stuff whenever we about to say our final thoughts, and I was gonna say a little thing, but I don't blame them. I always forget, so it's on me. Blame my head, not my heart.
Yeah. Right on. Jeffrey Inglesby says, "In the league?" Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark. I forgot what he's talking about, man. He said, "I agree with Coach Mike." So that's all that matters. You agree with me. I agree. Thank you. Thank you for backing up what I be saying. Because I be knowing I talk about a little bit, man, a little bit, a little something.
Man, thank you guys for commenting. Man, only right here on Detroit Lions on the Probably Your Home for Detroit Lions Using Rooms, man. Make sure you go over and check us out online. Let's unite. Make sure you check us out on Detroit Lions on the Prowl.com, and make sure you go over to lionsontheprowlshop.com and the LNUshop.com. Coach Jones will hook you up with all the gear at wolverlion.com, man. If you're a Wolverine on Saturday and the Lion on Sunday like we are on this panel, go ahead and check out my man, Coach Jones at wolverlion.com. Make sure you check me out over on Sideline Report, man. I'm doing my thing over there, writing some articles over there, man. So make sure you check me out over there, man. I appreciate all the love I get from the Lions family, man. Proud Nation family, one pride. Y'all do me a good solid over there on Sideline Report, man. I should have a new article coming out today. We'll see. And today's one of those things, man, that I really appreciate it. Let's go on over and take it's time for everyone else's favorite segment of the show. It's time for Dessert with your man Curt, brought to you by Delightful Bites. Man, I'm loving the Bears fans' tears for losing David Montgomery. That is my favorite thing to do today. Man, them Bears fans was not happy with the Lions signing David Montgomery. Hey, that is the sweetest dessert for your man Curt. Right here on the show, man. Thank you guys for checking this out right here, man. For your dessert with your man Curt, it's brought to you by Delightful Bites. Go over and check out the link in the description to go up to the Facebook page, man. Delightful Bites, get your cookie on. All right, now it's time to take that quick walk on over to the Wall of Fame. We got my man Detroit Drew, we got George Eagle, we got Timmy Birch in the building, Shannon the Insano, Nomas J, and Doug Prince 72, who's gonna be a little bit hot about that Jamal Williams kind of deal, man. I think that it's already done, man. You got sub members. We got my man Batman on 313, Henry Wallace, Kirkland Pratt, and Big Dale in the building. It's Wednesday, which means it's Go Members Meeting Day. Link will be in the community tab, man. First up, we got Mr. Reliable Michael Hutt. Then we got my man North End Ken. We got Michael Lewis, Lady Lano Odus Bagia, Turner Burley. We got the Jazzy One, Paul Jarose. We got the Tornado checking in from Utah, and the Doctor, Dr. Detroit. He is always in. To become a member of the Wall of Fame, click that Join Now button in the description. Now it's time for final thoughts, man. Wrap up day 2 of the legal negotiating period for free agency. What you got, my man, LL?
And just real quick about the tiers part. You ever seen the episode of South Park? When it was long story short, Cartman put this kid parents in some chili and fed it to him. And cuz started crying. And he started licking his tears. His tears are so sweet. It's really funny, but it's a terrible situation.
It is absolutely.
But it is really, really, it's a cartoon, so we can laugh at it. But yeah, you know, peace out, Swaggy, man. You know, it is what it is, I guess. I hope this doesn't mean, or hope this doesn't detract from, you know, other people wanting to resign or getting different feelings about resigning here. Because I kind of said that, I don't know, I think we all said it in some kind of way that, you know, this is a kind of thing like, hey, you know, you perform, we'll bring you back. You know, we give you proven deals. If you prove it, we'll bring you back. And, you know, maybe he just wanted more money than what was available. I don't know. Whatever it is, you know, it is what it is. Let's go David Montgomery, I guess. Happy Wednesday. Find yourself some $1.25 conies at M1 Grill if you're in the area.
Right on. I just want to say, man, I told y'all Brad Holmes wasn't done. I told you, man, he's just not going to let the Bears get better, and we just stand there and look stupid. Brad Holmes, he went and got a top 10 running back and put him behind a top 3 offensive line, and we're going to see what that do next year. I just want to say I'm happy. You know, I'm about to call my stepmom later on today because she's from Chicago. She's a Bears fan. I know she might have got the notification. She might not know because she really don't follow football like we do. So I'm gonna call her with the wonderful news and let her know.
You gonna give her the notification?
Huh?
You gonna give her the notification?
Yeah, I'm sure I'm gonna give it to her. I'm gonna text her the ESPN notification. But I just want to say, man, happy Wednesday to everybody, man. It's going down. I told y'all, man, we them Detroit Lions, man. We them new Detroit Lions. That's how we do.
New Lions. Yeah, I feel what you're saying. For me, happy Wednesday, happy hump day, man. Hope everyone has a great day at work. Thank you guys for supporting us right here in Detroit Lions and probably your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors. This year is a different type of free agency period for Brad Holmes, man. He's not doing what he usually does. Well, he did, but then he did some extra stuff too. Because he brought back some guys that guys that earned another contract like Kaminsky and Alexander Loney and those guys like that. Took care of his homegrown guys, Isaiah Buggs. Those guys, he took care of that, the home cooking. But he went out there. He went out there and was like, "Hey, man, you come to Detroit." He used this like that. You get that one guy that's a prove it deal. You know, previous years you had Charles Harris and maybe Jamal Williams. Those are the prove it guys. This year, he went and got David Montgomery and Cam Sutton. And the prove it deal is the Emmanuel Mosley type of cat, man. I don't know what. Hey, he taking that villain role seriously. I mean, that's what he said. He said he could be the villain. You know what I'm saying? But hey, shout out to Brad Holmes, man. And I have the article coming out today over there on Sideline about that just about how he has been conducting himself in free agency. So make sure you check it out when it comes out today. It may be already up by the time this show ends. But thank you guys for checking us out right here in Detroit Lions on the Prowl. Keep coming back, man. Check us out tomorrow. We probably have some more stuff for you tomorrow. You know, we're not really doing, we're in our off-season program, how we do it. But yeah, they gonna do something today, man. Just check back and we might be here again in the morning, man, wrapping up the first official day of free agency. So check us out right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. Hey, man. Whatever you do, man. Hey, I don't have a cup today because, it is what it is, man. But wipe them napkins, the crumbs off your face, man. Coach Joe say, finish your drink and get back to work, baby. And whatever you're doing in life, you got to boss up, ball out, and be that best version of you that you can be. For my fellas, LL and Coach Mike Jones, this is Curt Steele, and we will holler at you real soon. We love you, Jim.